My name's Augusta Williams Jr. And I'm a writer. I've been a writer since I was the age of 6. My family's over there, supporting me.
We would have regular get-togethers at my house, and one of the first get-togethers at our house, Augustus and his family happened to be some of the guests because Augustus was also involved in the campaign. He was John's speechwriter. And Augustus does great work, and he writes from his heart. And when I love to read, and I love to teach kids how to read. I'm a tutor, and you recognize when somebody loves words and when somebody loves language, and you recognize when they have a love affair with writing.
I'm going to read you a story I wrote back in '78. I ain't going to tell you. 1978, I wrote this story. It's called The Great Dark Horse. And it's an enchanted story. Out the gate and around the lake, up the road and around the track, all in a world record of 8 seconds flat. 89 runners challenged me to a meet. All 89 runners met their defeat.
Dark Horse, I like it because it's like a child's story, but it also has the ending is very different. It's not like another happy ending. It's just life ending, what will actually happen in real life, what could go a different direction.
I've never seen a writer that brings a lot of people together. I mean, just so they can read his writing, his poems, his books. It's really interesting. He knows how to, when you read it, his poem, he really does bring out emotion into you. You can visualize, the picture, the images.
Well, Mr. Horse, the room is now fat. What do you think of that? The horse stood in the road all alone. His face showed an expression of loneliness and fear. The loneliness creep up through his eyes as tears appear.
That's why I like the Dark Horse, because it explains more about life and how it reacts.
It's very funny. It talks about now don't be so what's the word? Prideful. Say I'm the fastest one alive.
It explains how he feels about certain topics. Like My Life Was a Dream. Basically, it's like his story about how he heard about Dr. King and understand what he did to make his life a reality.
I really like the one he did with Martin Luther King.
Talking about Luther King, black and white people come together, live like freedom.
Basically, it's a true story about when the day that Dr. King was assassinated, he told his mother. And it opens up with "Mama, Mama, I cried." A man named Dr. King died. So that's as a poem explaining how he told his mother, her reaction, and then it goes on to him learning about all the things that Dr. King not only did for Afro-Americans, but also for their whole entire country.
We must appreciate what Dr. King did for us, for black people. Most of us take it for granted.
Mama, Mama, I cried! A man named King just died! Quickly, I forced myself into a racing stop, for the look on her face told me that my act was out of place. And before my mother could hint me to what it is, she nearly drowned herself in the river of tears.
That was really deep, because it really shows you how, if it wasn't for King, us black people, we wouldn't be able to go to fancy restaurants, sit down in a pretty place, or walk through the park, or go into a bathroom without no issues, or someone saying, oh, you shouldn't be there.
It talks about that Martin Luther King's dream is actually my life. Being free, not being judged by the color of my skin, but my character.
The poem has always been his most popular poem, I'd like to say. And that's the poem he had the night we met. And I read it and I said, "You wrote this?" And he said, "Yeah, this is mine." I was like, wow, I was really amazed. Two things, he had that poem and then he had a voter's registration card. And I was like, wow, you vote? He said, "What's so odd about that?" I said, "Well, a lot of people don't think voting is even worth the time of day." He said, "Oh, I always vote. You know how hard, people are raised fought to have the right to vote." I said, "Okay, well, that's great."
He's been very instrumental. in a lot of movement, a lot of local and national movement. So he's played a vital role, and I'm extremely proud of him.
Well, he had written this beautiful poem, and I said, Gus, this needs to go. The president and the first lady need to see what you've written. And he was kind of, oh, well, you know. And so what I did is I actually got a hold of Senator Bill Nelson, I believe it was, and I sent the poem to him, and he took it with him, and Gus actually got a letter from the White House thanking him.
And he did a lot of civil rights, a lot of walk-ins and protests and demonstrations, a lot of marches we did together pertaining to civil rights and human rights.
He's a great artist. He has so much work. It's deep. He loves history. He makes you want to go out and read and learn more about it too. So he makes you want to dig into what he's putting before you. So yeah, he has a heart for his work.
I'm a good writer because of my father, and he's, in my opinion, he's one of the best writers in the world.
We have 5 children, 4 boys, 1 girl, 3 in college, and 1 in trade school and 1 in elementary school. So the family grew over the years.
I'm around my family a lot. I mean, usually like every weekend, we're either going somewhere else, and I'm around my mom a lot too. And I love all of them. They get on my nerves sometimes, but I love them.
I love my 4 brothers, and you know, I kind of did wish I had a sister, but that's all right. You know, maybe one day God will bless me with a daughter. One day, you never know. But mainly I love my brothers, my mom, and my dad. I like my mom because even though I'm the only girl, I can still talk to her about girl things. And I like talking to my dad because he's really insightful, especially if something happened like during my day and I'm really confused. I don't understand why it happened, or you know, I go and ask him and he tells me, oh, you know, it's nothing really. I mean, to you, it's, you know, you're young and inexperienced. You know, it'll take a long time for you to get to know the world and life and everything. But I've been around the block so many times, you know, it's really nothing. And he really calms me down when I talk to him.
Oh, like, I love them, but sometimes we play a lot. Sometimes we get mad at each other. It's like, yeah, family. They still love me though. We like to do family movie nights, order pizza, and just in case something bad happens, we got each other backs.
I love all of them within my heart because I noticed that other families don't have a father, or some don't have a mother, or some just like one-child homes. Some people don't have brothers and sisters, or some just don't have nobody at all, just have themselves. And when I see that, it kind of makes me sad, to be honest. It makes me like, man, I was the one that actually had everything.
I think having a father was a great benefit. And then a father that's attentive is also great. And then he's creative with the writing and other things, so he's always been supportive of activities that they've wanted to do.
He finally got a book out. I'm so proud, so happy.
We're celebrating Augusta's book signing. This is another milestone for him, and I'm sure that he has a lot more to come. This is only the beginning.
Enjoy, you know, my dad's book is out. Thank you. You know, he's been working like years on it so hard. And what I liked most about it, he did not give up. He did not give up, because once you give up, the magic stops.
I've seen Augusta. I've seen them grow. I've seen them contribute to the community and to humankind. And I'm just really proud of him. I'm elated to call him my brother.
He said one day he will write an autobiography of himself.
Remember, the basics: writing, reading, and math. You master them, you can do anything in the world. You can even be president.
And this is pretty much just been a life story. He's always been a part of history. He's always been a part of human improvement.